Hey, it's Matt from Nerddom, and this time of year just isn't the way it used to be, huh? Yes, gone are the glory days of E3 and really competitive showcases, live in front of a huge audience, hours after one another, then live demos on the show floor with exclusive coverage from the likes of G4, IGN, and GameSpot. I used to read every single article, watch every single trailer, and the games, oh man, the games. Halo 3, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, playing games at Howie's Game Shack or other PC cafes, kind of. There was a sort of celebration in the time and really fun competitive nature, as well as some new ideas and graphical steps that we were taking. For example, seeing Gears of War for the first time really sold me on an Xbox 360. Yes, those days are gone, but what do we have now? We still have shows like Summer Games Fest, Future Games Show, PC Gaming Showcase, as well as some others with the likes of Sony PlayStation about a week ago, and the king of this year being the Xbox Game Showcase with Microsoft. But there's really a sense of pessimism still out in the zeitgeist. Really, most of these shows, including the PlayStation and Summer Games Fest, are kind of a lackluster showing, man. But I'm seeing mid-level shows really doing well with Future Games Showcase and the PC Gaming Showcase. But really, the Xbox Games Showcase was the crown of this year. And as a PC gamer, truly has me excited for the next couple years. Everything that we saw here is going to be released this year, next year, or the next year. There's like one. With that, I'm going to be going over some of my highlights from the Xbox Game Showcase. But I do want to shout out all the games on Future Games Showcase and many great indie publishers out there. They are really helping out some of these game creators in a very bad time in the industry. A lot of games do have demos available on Steam, and I would really love to show those off at a different time. Also, shout out to Jason Blum and Blumhouse Games for really getting into the publishing sphere, publishing some of these different horror titles. I'm really excited, and spooky season is going to be around the corner really soon. Another shout out to the guys who made Among Us, really taking all those riches that they got from that and helping other indie creators out. Also shout out to some of my favorite publishers being Devolver and New Blood. Really awesome titles coming from them as well. Anyways, back to the amazing Xbox Showcase. A lot of titles here showed gameplay in addition to the cinematics, which I even said while watching Summer Games Fest, you know, show me some gameplay. Let's see some gameplay. So Microsoft really does know what we need to see as gamers. And starting the show off with Call of Duty, bringing it back to Black Ops. I cannot believe number 6. I haven't seen a 6 since Mega Man. This is a direct sequel to Black Ops Cold War, which actually was a great campaign. The only thing that had me worried was Raven was working on the campaign. Maybe Treyarch is taking care of the multiplayer, but I was sure Raven was working on Warzone. Man, I can't keep all these different Call of Duty studios together. There's like 7 of them. But a really great way to start the show, and it does get me kind of pumped for a Call of Duty campaign again. Next, we move to a phenomenal Doom: The Dark Ages. I've been waiting very patiently for a Doom Eternal follow-up. I really loved how the gameplay was with Doom Eternal. It was just so well crafted and beautifully designed. I'm kind of sad to see Mick Gordon leave id Software and work on some other stuff. I hope the team that he had with him kind of take the reins and use all the tech that they created together to have this really, really cohesive experience with the music and the violence. But awesome title to really start off the show. Next was State of Decay 3, which I've never really played, but glad to see it has an audience and a player base. So, congrats to them. I'm not sure I'm the audience anymore. Also noticing that like base building and other games like that, maybe RTSs, really aren't my thing. They aren't really for me anymore. Am I even a gamer? I'm in my 30s. I'm gonna die soon. Next, we saw EA show up with BioWare for Dragon Age Veilguard. Remember BioWare? They've been working on something for sure. Really stoked to see BioWare back and Dragon Age back, so I can't wait to see the gameplay of this. I think it's going to be released this week, I'm not sure. Next, Bethesda was up with some DLC for Starfield and for Fallout 76. I kind of fell off of Starfield, but this DLC could possibly bring me back. It's kind of a little bit more weird of a sci-fi versus like the NASA punk stuff that they're going for. I know there was some supernatural stuff before, but looks like they're going a little bit deeper into it this time. And after the Fallout show, I am really happy to see people jumping onto Fallout 76. Of course, I don't think it's for me again, but it was a great trailer. Both of these were great trailers for DLC, and happy they're getting an Appalachia expansion. South of Midnight, the newest title from Compulsion Games, looks like a brilliant homage to stop-motion animation, kind of like reminding me of the Box Trolls and other titles like that, which is absolutely what they were going for. I was seeing some comments on Twitter and they were actually answering. And side note, it kind of does make me worried that people were mistaking the art for a mistake. They were saying, hey, your frame rate's wrong, and they're like, that's meant to look like that. So I don't know if it's media literacy or what's going on. No shade, I'm kind of just curious. How do you not know? But this is exactly what they wanted, and the gameplay looks like a third-person action and platformer set in the Gothic South with amazing music as well. This is definitely a standout for the showcase with its art style and truly arty yet inviting new title and franchise. Expedition 33 really intrigued me with its turn-based QTE combat, kind of like a Final Fantasy combat sort of thing. It looks like you're a part of a very large party as well, so there's possibly a lot of characters to explore. The style here is very well done. It's very graphically satisfying on Game Pass too, so it's going to be easy to check it out. Perfect Dark, welcome back Joanna. In a very cool new take here, you can absolutely see the Deus Ex DNA from Crystal Dynamics. So it makes sense why Deus Ex has been put on hold for a while. I don't mind. If it plays like that, but it's Perfect Dark with its like weird sci-fi stuff, weird sci-fi world, I'm really down. Remember, there was a great alien named Elvis, but another great title in the lineup here. Next we had freaking World of Warcraft on the stage. It got me really pumped. I was thinking, oh my god, is this gonna be a console release for World of Warcraft? It wasn't. It was just an expansion announcement, but it got me kind of teased about maybe they're looking into possibly a console release for World of Warcraft. I mean, it's been 20 years. Oh god, it's been 20 years. But some other games have found somewhat success on consoles with DC Universe Online and some others. But they really did just announce the latest expansion, playing off nostalgia of the other titles. Very exciting to see here. A little sad BlizzCon is not happening, but really with the state of Blizzard as they are now, I'm not sure it would be a good time. Very sad to see that studio and where it is now. I'm curious how the Diablo community is dealing with the expansion announcement as well. They showed off the cinematic for it, so I may hop on that title again. I mean, I already bought it, so may as well. Next was an RTS in which gods are in charge of their armies. It's called Age of Mythology Retold. It looks like the newest line in this franchise. I know nothing much of it, but happy that new RTSs are coming out. Flintlock looked interesting enough. Definitely getting tired of these Souls-like games, except for games from FromSoft, which I may lose my life to this weekend with the Elden Ring expansion DLC. If you don't hear from me in the next week, please call 9. Anyways, this looks cool, almost in leagues of like God of War, so it's a little bit more hacky slashy than just a pure Souls game. Next, I almost blasted out of my seat for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. While I know Kojima isn't involved, and I'm not happy about giving Konami my money after what they did to Kojima and the franchise in general. Do you remember Metal Gear Survive? I do. It's got the original cast with David Hayter playing Snake once again. I'm not sure if they came in and redid some lines, but happy to hear that voice come out of Snake. And the graphics and the details that have been released since the announcement and stuff truly has me excited for a title like this. Next is Fable by Playground Games. Really not much to say about this one. I do hope they still play into the dynamic of good and evil and how your character reacts to that, how they look. I think that would be still really cool in this day and age. Sea of Thieves DLC. I wish I had friends. Indiana freaking Jones. Very awesome trailer here. really showing off the performances. Not so much gameplay as we got at the developers direct, but the acting was really well done. I still hear Troy Baker here, but he's doing alright, I guess. The humor kind of felt like Wolfenstein to me, but it's sort of fitting for Indiana Jones, and let's just say the fall season cannot arrive fast enough. Next is Fragpunk, a team-based shooter with a deck of cards that change the outcome of the game. It's an interesting take on a hero arena shooter. I'm not sure if it has legs, but who knows? I've been wrong before. Winter Burrow, really cute little arty mouse game. It's so cute. Mixtape looks like Life is Strange with music from the 90s. Little stop motion animation again, but it's probably not for me. Flight Sim. Yep. More Flight Sim. Congrats you guys who can run it. My computer can barely run that thing. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Really interesting to see Ubisoft show up here. I know their own show is happening this week as well, which I'm not sure if I'll cover, but Star Wars Outlaws will definitely be played on this channel. Anyways, I don't know what Assassin's Creed will do. We've had it for almost 20 years now. 20 years now. Oh god, I'm getting old. Atomfall looks like a new Atom Punk-like Fallout game. It might be interesting. Life is Strange, again, happy for you guys. I know it has an audience, just not for me. Mecha Assault. This game really did pique my interest, as Armored Core was my game of the year last year. So this looks like it's team-based mech fighting, really fast-paced with lots of customization. Kind of like Armored Core Online, just looks like maybe 4v4 or 3v3. Really piqued my interest and I want to see more of this title. Stalker 2. While I didn't play the first game, I really do love Exodus, Metro Exodus, so I'm looking to really get my hands on this one. It seems kind of similar veins, similar DNA, so I want to play that for sure. It looks awesome. And it's coming to Game Pass, so easy play there. Wu Chang, I don't know what it is, but again, it seems to be like a Souls-like game, but it takes place in traditional China. So if you're into Souls-like games, you're gonna have another one. I'm happy for you guys. I can only do so much pain and punishment. Avowed. I liked what I saw at the developers direct. Just honestly put it in my hands now. Just put it in my hands. Let me play it. Let me enjoy it. And finally, the one more thing of the show. Gears of War E-Day. Really bringing the franchise back to Emergence Day with Marcus Phoenix and Dom starting their relationship. With a little hint of Mad World played on the piano, really did make my nerd heart cry. It was a truly great homage to a completely different time, and something that kind of makes me excited again. Let's make things scary, let's make things challenging, let's make things new again. It's going to be cool to hop back into a title such as this. It almost made me shed a tear. And for some reason, I was able to pull Emergence Day out of my brain. I haven't thought about Gears of War in years, and it's now ingrained that hardcore into my DNA. And then finally, the Call of Duty Direct. I am actually excited by the omnidirectional movement. It really does seem like a new innovation in Call of Duty. Also, they got 9 hitboxes now. I can't believe it took this long to create different hitboxes versus the original 4. It's crazy to see how long these games take to kind of innovate, but I'm curious to see how these 2 changes is going to affect the gameplay, the time to kill, that kind of thing. But again, if you saw my Modern Warfare 3 beta review, there's something that makes my lizard brain want to play Call of Duty, open up a monster, and eat some Doritos in October and November. It's like a tradition now, although I was able to stop myself from purchasing Modern Warfare 3 and haven't really touched Call of Duty in that amount of time since the beta. But I really can't wait for October for this. It's going to be day and date, day 1 with Game Pass. Truly interested to see too what they do with Warzone. There was a little hint of Warzone, but they didn't say anything in particular. The multiplayer does look pretty bomb. Looks like insane. I really hope too you can record in the theater mode and then export out the video for editing. I think the compilations for this is going to be absolutely insane. So that is everything from the Xbox Games Showcase. A lot of stuff to be excited here, especially as a PC gamer like myself. What are you excited for? Do you miss E3 the way it used to be? Or do you see yourself aging in the mirror and know that death is rattling on the door very soon? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to smash the like button as well. It really does help me out at the channel. And if you didn't like the video, I appreciate you watching for so long, and I hope you have a good day.